Hello, um, I hope you can hear me and thank you very much for waiting. Today, my name is Alina Kornienko. I'm COO and co-founder of Pupi. And we are building a financial bank as a service solution since 2017. And that's why today I will be sharing with you the latest tech disruption events that happen in the banking industry, just for you to understand it as a user and also from the tech side. So I will be sharing my slides with you. Yes, I hope you can see my slides. So just a few words about me. I am doctor in linguistics and communication, and I've been working on communications in the tech sphere for almost like 10 years. And since 2017, as I've said, together with my co-founders, I am building one of the newest financial solutions, global financial solutions. So first of all, I would like to talk with you about the current situation in the banking sphere. So we're now living a very new wave of disruption that is being absolutely more powerful than all the previous ones. So its roots are technological, economic, geopolitical, demographic, and environmental. And yet, the technological root of the current banking disruption is still one of the key disruption drivers. So today, the fusion of current technologies such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, and blockchain not only create new opportunities, but also engender new risks and new working ways and operational ways in the banking sphere. So the banking sphere is being crucially changed. And we should also, when talking about the financial and banking disruption today, we should also take into consideration the Japanification of developed economies such as European ones. So what is Japanification? It's persistent low growth, it's low inflation or even deflation, and near to zero or negative interest rate. And what does this low growth scenario bring to traditional banks? It brings drastic reduction in banking capacity, with less and less banks being able to recover their cost of equity. What also influences new disruption in the banking sphere. Also material consequences for banking industry growth and profitability. Aging population in those growth economies, and also in China, that is being extremely strong in the economic way in those past years. And for the first time in the banking sphere, such criteria as globally popular and increasing concerns about climate change and social impact, and of course the world pandemic we're living today, and that has drastically changed our lives, I think, forever. So all of this shows that banking sector needs differentiated capacities to stay live and to bring better services to its clients. So banking should become more open, more transparent, real-time, more intelligent, tailored, secure, deeply integrated into customers' lives. And what's one of the most important things is it should be rapidly adaptive to all those criteria that influence not only banking, but its customers' lives. So, at this very moment, the tech disruption I'm talking about gains its preliminary role. So with this tech disruption, banking can no more be a closed off and exclusively vertical industry. So the main point of this disruption, what should actually banks do? Banks should partner external providers that capitalize new revenue streams and enlarge customer bases. So, and at this very moment, this partnering brings to life the very new financial solution and the very new financial reality, which is called bank as a service. So what is bank as a service? Bank as a service is an end-to-end process where third parties like fintechs, non-fintechs, developers, etc., can access and execute financial services capabilities without having to develop them organically. So banks are now providing third parties with access to core systems and functionality to integrate digital banking and payment services into their own banking traditional products. And what does that actually bring to us, the customers? Because I'm speaking with you not only like a tech disruptor, but also like a financial solution customer. This brings improvement in the customer experience. And for those third parties who integrate into the banking systems, it also brings maneuver through some regulatory fields that are really, really strict. Banking sphere is one of the most strict and regulated ones in the world. So third parties and banks bringing together a bank as a service have a mutual benefit, and that's the most important. So banking as a service, this new reality is beneficial for traditional banks, for tech disruptors, and also for clients. So it looks idyllic, really. And thus, banking as a service might be characterized as an ecosystem that is being born. And what's also important, please do not think that bank as a service and open banking is just the same thing. They are absolutely different. So when open banking means that banks provide access to third-party providers to its existing customer data through some open APIs, bank as a service gives the possibility for banks to provide access to specific banking capabilities such as payments, onboarding, lending, allowing non-bank companies to connect users outside the banking customer base to access its banking services. So actually, what benefits does bank as a service bring to traditional banks? It's of course new revenue streams, as I've said, new customer bases, and new customer experience. And the benefits for third parties, of course, it's faster speed to market, especially for the fintechs that have lots of regulatory problems all around the world, and also the competition that is extremely high in this sphere, and also overcome regulatory complexities, as I've also said. So what's the main conclusion here? Is that modern banks should become modular and platform-based to face these new economical and financial realities. They should be innovative and revenue-driven businesses. And bank as a service, that is the main point from all sides. I mean, bank as a service model proves that it is better for every segment of an ecosystem to focus on a very few key areas of strength and expertise and partner with other dedicated services or service providers in the area which are not their core competence. And so who are these third parties that participate in the bank as a service ecosystem except those traditional banks? These are fintechs and paytechs. But what is the difference? Like, I mean, fintech, all of us have heard from everywhere about fintechs in those last like 3-4 years, but paytechs, it's like a bit different thing. So paytech, it's an organization that uses technology to enable the electronic transfer of value. So not only financial thing, but also data. So paytech, it's about data instant and secure transfer to fasten payment process and make it more efficient. PayTech is really a functional way of combining all types of payment solutions to make it faster, convenient, cheaper than it is now. And fintech, it's quite an opposite thing. So fintech is a term that is used to describe financial technology and industry encompassing any kind of technology in financial services, from businesses to consumers. And fintech is all about what we were talking about some minutes ago. It's about new customer experience. Why? Fintechs seem to be today the only solution for those unbanked people, and they're estimated to be today more than 2 billion all around the globe, to access financial services and solutions they still need. So fintech, it's about experience. PayTech, it's more about like an internal technology, really the back end of the bank as a service. But we see that nevertheless, fintech more customer-oriented, PayTech more process-oriented. We see that both of them bring new ways for customers to access and manage their finances. The thing that traditional banks were not that focused during the last years. And so that is actually how my use case, QP, was born in 2017. So we are building a bank as a service step by step, but why I would like to just emphasize QP, because it's not a traditional bank as a service case. It's a particular case as we're building not a classical bank as a service where the core is a traditional bank, but the very core of our platform, and the bank as a service is only platform-based ecosystem, is a fintech solution once focusing just on digital currencies, today focusing on this philosophy of personal financial customer experience. So the main point of such bank as a service is this tech core that enables to, on the one hand, build our own services, some of them where our highest expertise is, and on the other hand, connect through open or not open APIs those services that are not our strength, but that are absolutely needed to our customers all around the globe. And what's also very important is the contactless point. We're now strengthening, just because, of course, fintechs are mostly contactless, and yet we have seen a huge number of clients starting using our services: contactless bank account opening, contactless payments, contactless transfers, money transfers, due to this pandemic tragedy that is happening all around the globe. And we understood that because we are a platform, because we are an ecosystem, we can monitor the global situation, economical, social. We can see analyze in real time what our users are up to, and we can efficiently and fastly add to this ecosystem these services that are on a very need, like today, by our customers, just to enable them to efficiently use all the services and not to stop their lives. I mean, the most important thing is to make banking experience easy, fast, and efficient. Efficient, it means not only time, forces spent to make some kinds of financial operations, and of course the low fees that we're trying to establish. Nevertheless, those are our own services or partnerships. So that's the main idea of what is happening in the banking sphere today with this tech disruption point englobing the sphere. Okay, so the difference between QPay and contactless payments, such as Alipay, Google Pay, is that we are not just a payment solution. We are all-in-one financial solution. So as I've said, as Bank as a Service, we bring together all types of financial services, financial investment and payment, all in one platform, all in one application. So you won't need any more other applications. We're now working on an AI solution that is like the next level of Apple Pay and Google Pay that will enable every user to connect all of its banking cards, all of its bank accounts to our application, and at the moment of purchase, this AI solution decides itself with what card or account it's better to make this purchase at this very moment. So we're taking these technologies to improve them and to make, as I've said, a better customer experience. Thank you, Lin, for the question. And Nancy, so Nancy's question is, what are the advantages of Bank as a Service? So Bank as a Service is more customer oriented. So as I've said, the advantage for banks and for third parties is like a global access, and in global access to new customers, to new revenue streams. So basically it's cost sharing different customer bases and different technologies. It's easier to connect them together instead of building a technology where, as I've mentioned a bit earlier, you are not that expertized. So it's like going together to new customers, to new technologies, instead of building something separately. It's about cooperation that is mutually beneficial. So Lin also asks, navigating the different regulatory regimes in different geographic areas, such as EU versus US versus India. Okay, so we faced this problem when building our QP financial solution. So basically, it's all again about this tech banking disruption. As we are Bank as a Service, we're able to connect to our platform different banking and institutional partners. For example, if I want to operate in India or in China, I can either get my own electronic money institution EMI license, or what is more convenient and more fast to enter the new market is that I can partner through API, through my platform, with some institution that already exists in the region. It's in the European Union, it's not that difficult, but in the US, in India, and in Latin America, there are lots of different regional legislations, in Asia also, that make it really difficult to obtain all those licenses. So for me to enter any market and to propose more services to our customers, not only regional customers, but global customers who, for example, need to make transfers, need to financially cooperate with some citizens of other regions and countries, to partner and through our platform open these regional institutions to our customer base and open our customer base and other partners' customer bases to these local institutions. So it's cooperation and communication, what I love a lot. Like, I mean, Bank as a Service, it's really a technical and financial cooperation and communication, fast dialogue enabled through these platform technologies. Probably you have some more questions. Thank you again for asking me all of this. It really helps me to tell you more in details about bank as a service, probably something that I just missed in my main speech. Lillian, to check the approach by Ant Finance, which partners with local institutions and was also working on supplying financial technologies. Yeah, it definitely, thank you for mentioning. It's definitely interesting for me to, right after this event, to check their proposals and the opportunities they offer through their technologies and through their philosophy. If you have some proposals, some suggestions for our company, or you just want to discuss those banking as a service disruption ways and points, always feel free to contact me via social networks or via my email. I will write it to you in the chat right away once again. And it's really a pleasure sharing with you my expertise and getting to know more what you think about what we do and sharing the ideas. Thank you, you're really a great audience. So yeah, if you don't have any more questions, once again, feel free to contact me and I will be happy to talk to you during this event or during the next Women Tech global events. Thank you. Have a lovely day and have a lovely event. Bye-bye.